Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving right into a super important, totally foundational part of the English language. I'm going to be your friendly English guide as we walk through some real-world examples, pick up essential vocabulary, and master a rule that you'll literally use every single day. If you want to speak confidently and clearly, let's jump right in.
So, picture this for a second. You just sat down at a table, you've got your cup of coffee, your keys, and suddenly someone reaches for them. How do you politely but firmly let them know, hey, that belongs to me? I mean, claiming our personal items, introducing ourselves, pointing out what belongs to other people, these are some of the very first things we just have to know how to do in any new language. It's really all about ownership.
All right, section 1, your first day. To really wrap our heads around this grammar, let's look at a real-life scenario. Take a look at this scene. Classic office setup, right? We've got Peter standing there on the left, and he's welcoming our new arrival, Colin, who's holding a box of all his stuff. Colin is stepping into a brand new English-speaking environment. And listen to what he says. It's my first day. Notice that little word right there, my. He doesn't say, it is the first day or I first day. By saying my first day, Colin is totally personalizing the experience. He's claiming it.
And watch how Peter responds to help him get settled. Peter points to the workspace and says, "This is your desk." It's kind of amazing how quickly these two tiny words establish boundaries and comfort, isn't it? In just 2 sentences, we've pinned down Colin's personal experience using my, and his physical space using your. This right here is exactly how you make someone feel at home in English. Moving on to section 2, common classroom objects.
Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the grammar rule, we need to build up some essential vocabulary using everyday classroom and office objects. First up, we've got 2 pieces of tech you probably use literally every day. On the left, a computer you can fold up and carry around. In English, we call this a laptop. Just say it with me in your head, laptop. And right next to it, the device we are all completely glued to, a phone. Laptop, phone. Try to make an immediate visual connection with these images, rather than translating them back into your native language first.
Next up, let's look at things we write with. On the left, we've got a pen. This one uses ink. Now on the right, we have a pencil, which is usually made of wood with that lead core. I gotta tell you, this is a super common vocabulary mix-up for beginners. Pen and pencil sound so similar, but they are very different tools. If you make a mistake with a pencil, well, you can erase it. A pen is, a bit more permanent. And finally, just to round out our everyday objects vocabulary, we have a bag on the left, which is perfect for carrying that laptop and phone, and a notepad on the right. A notepad is great for jotting down notes with your pen or pencil. So we've got laptop, phone, pen, pencil, bag, and notepad. Awesome. Now that we have our objects, let's learn how to actually claim them.
Let's get into section 3, the rule for my and your.
So, it's time to shift gears from vocabulary over to the core grammatical rule of today's lesson. And honestly, it is incredibly straightforward once you see it laid out visually. The whole thing hinges on the relationship mapped out here. In English, we have subject pronouns. That's the person doing the action, like I and you. But when we want to show that something belongs to that person, we use possessive adjectives. If the subject is I, the object belongs to my. I have a pen, it is my pen. If the subject is you, the object belongs to your. You have a bag, it is your bag. Simply put, I changes to my, and you changes to your.
Let's pull it all together by looking back at our original dialogue between Peter and Colin. Colin says, "My name's Colin, this is my desk, it's your chair." And this just brilliantly illustrates the rule perfectly applied in a real natural conversation. Colin uses my for his own name and his own desk, but the second he points to the chair that belongs to Peter, he switches outward and says, your chair.
All right, section 4, time to practice.
Okay, so you've seen the scenario, you've learned the classroom vocabulary, and you've got the grammar rule locked down. Let's put you to the test with a few quick interactive exercises. Here's our first conversation snippet. Someone is introducing themselves and asking the other person a question. Hello, what's blank name? Take a second. Are they talking about themselves, or are they directing the question to the person they're talking to? Fill in the blank in your head. If you guessed your, you are absolutely right. Hello, what's your name? Because you're speaking directly to the other person, asking about the name that belongs to them, you use the possessive adjective your. Fantastic job. Let's try another one. Now imagine you are holding this bag. It belongs to you.
You want to tell someone that it's yours. You say, "This is blank bag." Which word do you drop in there to claim it for yourself? Exactly. This is my bag. You use my because it links directly back to I. You are doing great with this, actually visualizing the object and mentally claiming it. Like, this is a really solid way to make the grammar stick.
Okay, let's flip the script. Now you're looking at someone else, and you're pointing to the laptop sitting right there on their desk. You want to confirm that it belongs to them. It's blank laptop. What goes in the blank?
Spot on. It's your laptop. You're directing the ownership outward, toward the person you're speaking to. Remember our table from earlier? You becomes your. This is getting pretty easy, right? All right, I've got one final challenge for you. Now watch out, because this is a really common place where beginners trip up. You have to choose the correct word here. Do you say, "I name's Richard," or "my name's Richard"? Think about what the word name actually is. It's a thing that belongs to someone.
The correct answer is definitely my name's Richard. Why? Because name is the noun being possessed. Just like you possess a phone, a laptop, or a bag, you possess your name. You'd never say I laptop, right? You say my laptop. So you say my name. Really solidifying this concept is going to make your self-introduction sound completely natural and fluent.
So let's quickly recap the core takeaways from today's explainer. First, remember the direct link. If the subject is I, the possessive adjective is my. Second, if the subject is you, it's your. And third, keep in mind that these words aren't just for everyday classroom objects like bags and laptops. They're also used for people, like saying my family or your teacher, and even places, like my desk or your country. You've covered a lot of ground today, and you should feel really proud of that. If you enjoyed this clear, structured way of learning English through visual slides, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more English lessons. Did you catch what I just did there? I used my channel because it belongs to me, and I want to share it with you. Continuing this journey together means you're going to keep mastering these rules step by step.
Thanks so much for hanging out and focusing on your learning with me today. I am absolutely passionate about making English clear and accessible for you. Go practice these rules, look around your room, and start claiming your objects in English. As you step out into the world today, what is the very first thing you're going to proudly point to and say, "That is my"? I want to help you, and I know how to do it.